you instantly woke up. Inside, you said, "Yes, I logged in." You successfully logged in and were awarded with full training and reading skills. From now on, you are the new master of training and reading. In an instant, countless pieces of knowledge flooded into your mind like the sea. You quickly mastered countless methods of refining poisons, and all the poisons in the world. After a while, you slowly opened your eyes and exclaimed, "This poison refining is really profound. What colorless and odorless poison? What poison that makes people go berserk just by smelling it? What poison that makes people go crazy? It's simply a must follow you. This check-in system is really awesome. How is my wife? Is the baby in her stomach okay?" At this time, the voice of the father Li Qingshan sounded outside. "Nothing's wrong. It's doing great." Wu Qing smiled and gently stroked the belly. "That's good. I'll have someone go make a big bong soup right now." Li Kuoxintia laughed and walked out, ordering the servant to go make a big bong soup. In addition to allowing the pregnant woman to get better, the biggest effect of big bong soup is on the baby. It can make the baby's constitution better. Just as you were still using your spiritual awareness to look at the outside world, a new maid walked in. You were marching, looking at the new maid with confusion. "Shang Biankong," asked Wen Ye. You were also looking at that maid. You saw almost everyone in the Li family yesterday, but this maid is a complete stranger. This can't help but make you suspicious. "Madam, I am the new maid. The head of the household just told me to make you a tonic soup. The boss is here." The maid bowed her head and spoke. Mo Qing was puzzled, but still nodded. "Put it on the table." "Yes, madam." "Drink it while it's hot, or it will lose its effect," the maid said in a special way. "Put down the tonic soup and closed the door and walked out." Mo Qing did not immediately get up to drink it, while you looked at the bowl of tonic soup. And after a glance, you were instantly shocked. This is broken fetus powder, and it is the strongest kind, familiar with all poisons. I can tell at a glance what is in this tonic soup. Apart from that broken fetus powder, everything else is a magic medicine or insect. If you remove this broken fetus powder, it would definitely be a deadly poison. But it is not anymore. It is poison soup. Who is the other party? Why would they do such a vicious thing? They wanted to put you to death. Just then, Mo Qing slowly got up and walked step by step towards the bowl of bong soup. Just when it was a matter of life and death, the voice rang out in his head. "Don't drink it if you don't want to." The moment the voice rang out, Mo Qing felt like he had been struck by lightning. He couldn't even hold the bowl in his hands, and it fell straight to the ground. It exploded with a loud noise. The tonic soup spilled all over the floor. The sound also alerted all the servants outside. One maid after another hurriedly ran in, except for the maid who had brought the soup. "What's wrong, my lady? Are you okay, my lady?" When the servants saw the tonic soup spilled on the ground and the bowl broken to pieces, Mo Qing stood there with a dazed expression, and they were instantly scared out of their wits. "Seven flop, this is the head of the family. If anything happens to my lady, they will all have to pay with their heads." So scared, the servants hurriedly helped Mo Qing to the bed, and then sent someone to inform the head of the family. Before long, Li Qingshan appeared out of thin air beside Mo Qing, with a worried expression, grabbed Mo Qing's hand, and began to use spiritual equipment to probe the situation inside Mo Qing's body, and let out a sigh of relief after confirming that everything was fine. "How are you? What happened?" Li Qingshan asked anxiously. Mo Qing didn't say anything, but glanced at the servants, and Li Qingshan immediately understood. "You all go out now." Before long, Li Qingshan appeared out of thin air beside Mo Qing, with a worried expression, grabbed Mo Qing's hand, and began to use spiritual equipment to probe the situation inside Mo Qing's body, and let out a sigh of relief after confirming that everything was fine. "How are you? What happened?" Li Qingshan asked anxiously. Mo Qing didn't say anything, but glanced at the servants, and Li Qingshan immediately understood. "You all go out now." "Yes, the enemies all left and closed the door. No one is here." "Go ahead and say it," Li Qingshan continued. "My dear, I just heard the voice of our son." Mo Qing was both scared and overjoyed, and said, "Are you hearing things? The baby hasn't even been born yet." Li Qingshan frowned and said doubtfully, "Wait. Fortune enhancing soup." Li Qingshan frowned tightly and looked at the tonic soup on the ground, as he walked over step by step and crouched down to gently touch the tonic soup and sniff it in front of his nose. Suddenly, his face changed drastically, and then he suddenly stood up. The tonic soup had actually been spiked with fetus-breaking powder. Who was so vicious as to add fetus breaking powder to the tonic soup that Madam wanted to drink. This was going to break his son's color, dead feud without heaven and earth. Upon hearing the news, Moking's face suddenly changed. Instantly turning pale, there was actually broken fetus powder in it. If he drinks it, the child in his stomach will think of this. His hands, which were trembling with fear, pressed on his stomach, and he smiled in relief. Fortunately, the child is fine. Otherwise, he will regret it for the rest of his life. Rotten bastard, who delivered the tonic soup today? Li Qingshan flew into a rage, ranting loudly. The door instantly opened wide. The servants outside one after the other ran in. They all fell to their knees in a panic. The tonic was brought in by a new maid. He said you arranged it. One maid timidly spoke up. Who is it? Li Qingshan roared. Everyone looked at each other. In the end, the maid shook her head, in horror. He seems to be gone. Upon hearing this, everyone understood. Someone had infiltrated the Li family and attacked the matriarch. Upon hearing this, Li Qingshan became even more furious. He wanted to kill all these servants. To quell his anger, just that, a young child's voice suddenly rang in his head. Father, that maid hasn't gone far. She's 50 kilometers away under a big tree on the right. Go catch her quickly. Your words appeared again, interrupting Li Qingshan. Li Qingshan's mouth curled up, and he spoke with a sneer sound. Don't worry, your old man is a master of the martial arts. As soon as he finished speaking, Li Qingshan's figure disappeared. He could teleport thousands of miles in an instant. Can teleport thousands of miles in a matter of seconds. Not long after, Li Qingshan returned, and in his hands he was carrying a woman. Who told you to poison me? Li Qingshan asked coldly. Upon hearing this, the woman's body trembled violently. Her eyes revealed disbelief. How did you know? Soon, he saw the large puddle of blood on the ground. His pupils suddenly contracted violently. Impossible. How did you find me? I have been working on this plan for so long, only by infiltrating the Li family. Do I have the opportunity to place a bet? Who told you to do it? Li Qingshan grabbed the woman by the neck and said coldly, Dream on. I won't tell you. The woman looked at Li Qingshan coldly, as if her eyes held a sea of hatred. Someone dragged him to the torture chamber and questioned him severely to see if he would still be stubborn. Li Qingshan shouted coldly. Yes, a few manservants hurriedly stood up and dragged the woman away. After the woman was taken away, Li Qingshan drove away all the servants and sat quietly next to Mo Qing. What's wrong? Mo Qing looked at Li Qingshan with concern and asked, I just heard my son's voice true. Classical Chinese. Mo Qing's face brightened with joy, and she quickly spoke. You see, I told you, my son can speak. What did he say to you? Li Qingshan then told her what he had just heard, and his own guesses. How is that possible? How could my son be the reincarnation of the demon god? Mo Qing was shocked and quickly covered her stomach, for fear that Li Qingshan, in a moment of impulse, and kill the baby in your belly. Even you inside the belly are confused. How can I be the reincarnation of the demon god? You look confused. You inexplicably got the name demon god. Whole soul searching is a taboo in the Shuanshan immortal realm. Anyone who uses it will be treated as a demon cultivator. After hearing the system's explanation, you suddenly understand. It seems that you have to find a reasonable explanation. Otherwise, if your parents treat you as a demon cultivator, that would be a miscarriage of justice. Li Qingshan cursed and frowned. No other child. How could he know about the existence of soul search technique at birth? This is too exaggerated, isn't it? Apart from the reincarnation of a demon god, he can't think of any other possibility. Father Qing, I'm not the reincarnation of a demon god. At this time, your voice rang in the minds of the two of them. Li Qingshan immediately looked at Mo Qing's stomach. His brows tightened even more. Who the hell are you, father and your son? Except that I was able to cultivate more than 10 days ago. Then I used the magic stone to look around, and I happened to hear the ancient Chinese text for the soul search spell. Li Qingshan was shocked. Mo Qing was the same. He had already started cultivating more than 10 days ago. What kind of peerless genius is this? After many children are born, they can start cultivating for another week or two. But their son was already able to cultivate while still in the womb. What is your current cultivation level? Li Qingshan asked hurriedly. The you inside the belly was silent. You can't just say your cultivation level is the heavenly realm. No one would believe it if you said that. Who has a child in the womb that is already at the heavenly realm? Isn't that pure evil? After all, this is the highest realm in the Shuanshan immortal realm. Jinjiang, you casually mentioned the realm. that is both conservative and not very exaggerated. Upon hearing this, Li Qingshan and Mo Qin both stared in amazement and looked at their stomachs in surprise. Their son is actually in the womb and is already a Jinzhanjin. This is simply a peerless genius. Ha ha ha, I never thought that my Li family would ever produce such a talent. All along has the bearing of the earth. Li Qingshan suddenly looked up and laughed out loud. His son has already reached the realm of the golden elixir even before birth. What will he be like after birth? I never thought his descendants would be so strong. Thinking about this, Li Qingshan not only felt confident, but also that the young master's pen would begin in 3 years. Although his son will only be 3 years old in 3 years, he will have no problem reaching the realm of the golden elixir. The position of family head will still be my descendants. Son, you rest well first. Son, you rest well first. Father will personally make you a big bomb soon. Let you cultivate even faster. Okay, father. Son, can you hear your mother? Mother patted her stomach and said lovingly, Mother is so good in that case. Mother can chat with you every day. Mo Qin was very happy that his son could chat with him in the womb, which no other mother could do. Subsequently, Li Lan and Mo Qin chatted casually. For about an hour, the Hongman Jinban appeared again. Countless people in the entire city looked up at the Hongman Jinban, anticipating the next person to be listed. The top 30 will be announced this time. The heavenly secrets cannot be revealed. The rewards for the top 30 will not be announced. The rewards will be distributed together after the list is over. 29th place Luotia. Nickname: Dragon Demon Emperor Quasi-Emperor Realm Luotia. I know this one. The Quasi-Emperor is only 29th place. Then aren't all the people on the internet Quasi-Emperors or above at this time at the Luan family ancestral home in Luozhou. In a hint, Luotia was sitting in meditation in it. Hearing his name, he was very surprised at the Hongman Jin and Gongbu. I am only 29th place. Luotia couldn't believe it. He had cultivated for tens of thousands of years to reach the level of a Quasi-Emperor. And there were 28 people who were even more powerful than him. Those great emperors or immortal emperors must be more powerful than him. But the other Quasi-Emperors were even more powerful than him. This made him a little angry. He wanted to see who was above him. 28th place Gami is ready to compete. Hearing this name, Luotia became even more furious.